Hello everyone, welcome back to Jacqs Scraps. Thank you for joining me today. I have my October Calico Collage design team project to share with you. I'm a little late getting this out, but I was having so much fun. It took me a little longer to complete it. So what I ended up doing, if you recall, I created a video on turning a hanging file folder into a traveler's notebook cover. So I did end up using that black cover for this. So I ended up making a traveler's notebook. And I did something a little different this time. I made some dimensional type items in here. So let's just dig right into all the goodies. So on the cover, I actually cut this image out of one of the sheets that came in the kit, the digital kit, and I used some mirror card and cut out this fence with my Cricut. I've added some Merchant 41 fabric here. I love these little sequins here. And then on the back side is the rest of that digital image. And then I added a hanging owl charm. This is Tim Holtz. And created a acetate window. So I kind of had this vision that she came upon this wooded area and she decided to go in, you know, open the gate and go in to the woods and see what she was going to find. And before I turn the page, I just want to mention I did add Winka Stella to her little bustle here, or whatever we call that, and her little bat, her eyes, and then I added a iridescent star glitter to her necklace. It's really neat. You're not going to be able to see that, I don't think, on the video, but it kind of shines a blue iridescent color. Really pretty. So let's go in. So when you go inside, here's the back side of the acetate window, and I did it in gray and black and white scale so that it was almost like her shadow that you saw from this side. And then again, I added the little black post that matches the fence, but I like that she's in color here and then black and white here. I added one of the images, like the ephemera pieces from the kit, and actually made it like a belly band so it can go all the way through. This is just an extra piece that I cut out. And then I added some Tim Holtz clippings here that says, "In these very woods." So first I'd like to just share with you that there is one section that is like the wooded area. And then we have another section that is the journal. And then on the back side, I have a pocket here and have two journaling cards from the kit. I just used coffee dyed paper on the back and then did some inking there to, you know, grunge that up a little bit. So I'll be showing you the woods with everything in the Traveler's Notebook cover, and then I think I'll take the journal out separately and show you that. So here she is walking into the woods. She encounters bats and some like cobweb things in the trees. They're all throughout the trees here. So I use my Cricut to cut out the wood areas, and I have them layered to where the hole is smallest and then goes to the biggest as you go through the woods. And what's caught her eye is this faint image in the background, and so she's trying to decide what that is. Now this paper here is not from the digital kit. I have a couple that aren't, but most of them are. This is from another collection. I'll link down below. So on what's really cool is it kind of looks like, you know, she is actually coming through the woods, because when you open this page and lay it down, you see her here. I don't know, it's really kind of cool how the whole thing worked out, dimensionally speaking. So this image from the digital kit I made into a little tuck spot, and I cut this from the kit and just tore it on the edges like it was a torn piece of paper with a note on it, so you could journal a little bit on that. On this side, I added from the kit this little poison caution here. I thought that was cute. I added it beside the snake. I'm not one big for snakes, but I just thought that was kind of funny. Caution poison, and then you have a poisonous snake there. And then I actually made the snake to be a little tuck spot as well, and have this little bitty tag that tucks in there. So you can see there's the cobwebbish mummified fabric that's all throughout the woods on front and back side. This main paper is from the digital kit, and then I used some elements from another collection I'll have listed below. And here's a little tuck spot, the flower, creating this cute little tag. And if you can start to see, you know, the layers here as you're going through the woods and back out the woods, you'll see all the layering. And then here is the last wooded area before she comes upon what she has now come to know as a house, still seeing this image in the window. And over here with the floral, this is not part of the kit. I created like this little bitty tag to tuck into this little floral spot, and here I fussy cut out a flower, added some of the fabric there, and just have that tucked down there. So then we turn the page. This is I believe a DCWV paper here, but you can see the effect of the wooded area. So she has come upon this house, and she found out, you know, when she comes upon the house, there's this creepy man standing there. And she sees that there's a woman in the window. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's a woman from the kit. I shrunk her down, cut out the window, and glued her behind it. And then I have a bit of the cloth fabric or fibers hanging there to so they're catching her attention. I don't know, it's kind of fun. And then for this fence, I wrapped some more of the fibers here, but I backed the fence on acetate so that you could tuck something into that. I'll use one of these cards here so you can tuck something there. I used some Wink Estelle here on the bats. I really loved how this came out. So she's upon the house, and when you turn the page, there she is, and she has found the key to enter the home. And at this time, you know, it's getting pretty late. So I found this moon sticker, and it almost looks like a face right here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but doesn't that look like a face? I don't know, it does to me. So here she is again. I used some Wink Estelle, her eyes, the eyes up here on this little hat that she has, and down here. And again, put that iridescent star glitter there for her necklace. I added a key in her hand. Now for the door, I cut this out with my Cricut as well, and then I cut out the page so that I could use acetate with it. I used one of the clear gems from the Dollar Tree, and then I put black ink over it because it was just too bright compared to all the other colors. To cut out the door, I actually used this really nice bronzy shimmer paper. I don't even know where I got it. I couldn't find it anywhere other than the paper itself. And then I took this Jane Davenport squid ink. This is suntan, and a stencil, and then I stenciled over the door to kind of grunge that up also and make it blend more into the background. And hopefully you'll be able to see that. I think it turned out really cool. I love how it blends better. But what's really neat is when I did this, it gives her a peek into the house and what's in the house. So I love that. So when you turn the page there, I actually made shutters with the two pieces that got cut out down here. And I did that same technique, used the squid ink and a Heidi Swap stencil that I had and made lines on it like a shutter. At first I was going to leave it plain. I thought about embossing it, but I thought there was so much texture looking things already on the page that I wanted it to be, you know, just a flat color, a place to rest your eyes. But then I realized it needed to have the full shutter effect. So I did the tone on tone stamping with the Jane Davenport ink, and I love how that turned out. Again, you get to see another glimpse of her. Down here I created some floral tuck spots. The whole thing is a tuck spot, so you can go all the way across it. So now we delve into the journal itself and the things that she found in this journal when she went into the home. And I want to take this out of the elastic so that you can see it better. Okay, so here is the journal. It has 24 pages, front and back, even including this one and the back one. And it is 8 by 5 3/8. I put some lace here on the spine. I added this little candelabra sticker. I thought that went well with the images that were on here. I used some clear embossing powder and embossed the key. It made it come out really bright, which I liked that part. Again, mirroring her getting into the home. Here is a family portrait that I added, but what's great about it is if you look at it from the side, it looks like everything's normal, and then when you're in front of it, you see the scary skeleton people. Love that. I also put this on a brad, so it actually flips up, and if you look on the back side, I added this cute little paper, and you could put a little secretive note there. And then as we go inside, I must talk about the binding. What I did was use translucent thread, and I sewed it all the way down with my sewing machine. I really liked doing that, and it worked out really well, I thought, with what is in the center of the journal, which you'll see in a little bit. So on this page, I added the Tim Holtz paperclip just for effect. You really don't need it because I glued the top part here so it could be a little tuck spot for this journaling card. But I did just love the whole idea, you know, that this was clipped in there. So I added that. So on this page, you would have like one of the ladies that are in the family. Her portrait, Armina Vixen of the Moon Temple Coven. Love that. I added a sequin star here and a little bit of fabric. I thought it matched her dress. And behind the portrait is a little tuck spot, and I put a tab on it. This little skeleton journaling card. When you turn the page, I created a little pocket here on the side with some lace, and I created this card. Well, this journaling card here was from the kit, and then I layered it on some other heavy cardstock, added some ribbon and some coffee dyed transparency paper, and some lace and ribbon up here as well, so you could journal on the back. Here is one of the pages from the kit. Just added some black lace to mirror that over here, and a little bit of this red glitter ribbon. It's from the Dollar Tree, because there are sparks of red in with the orange. And down here again, another arsenic poison warning with the butterfly wings, and I made that little tuck spot and put in this cute little spider serum bottle. Adorable. He's like so tuckered out from being in his laboratory. So we tucked that away in there. On this next page, we have some nice journaling lines for journaling, and she has these, you know, Edgar Allan Poe coffin tags in her kit, which I thought were adorable. And so I actually made it into one that you could open, but I did it to where you'd have enough places to write in here as well. So you could journal on both sides of this. I used some Velcro to close it. And if you'll see here, I added a little tag. It's from the City of Horrors. It's an official coroner tag. And I actually put his stats in there, like Edgar Allan Poe. Cause of death is unclear. If you read about him, there's several things bouncing around. I couldn't find a real good one. And then it says his date of birth is on here. So I thought that was fun to include. And then this just closes with the Velcro. This is a wonderful page from the kit. And what I did here was just add some rosettes to it. I love the idea of like floral with the skulls. I don't know why. Here's another great place for journaling. And over here, I wanted to do something a little different. So I used some acetate and created a belly band here. And when you take this out, you actually have the duplicating image. There was something about duplicating the image that I liked in this particular journal. On the back of this, I did some wax seal. And I actually had a Hogwarts from Harry Potter seal. And I really wanted the seal, not the Hogwarts name, so I didn't do it complete on the name, but I made sure that I got the actual seal because I thought that would be cool, like in a family crest or something. And then you just push this up and it opens up here to have 2 journaling cards. And then just tuck it right underneath there. And so I did add some black lace here on the side, and then it just slips right in there. Now on this page is another great spot for journaling. I did add a little border piece here and made that a tuck spot for this great Edgar Allan Poe card. Now on the center, which is the next page, I used vellum to print out the image. I'll show you that in a minute. But I did add rosettes here on the sides, and I thought it would be able to tuck a journaling card in there, but he kept falling out. So I just added a bulb pin here. Put a little hole in the top there, added a couple rhinestones at the bottom. And then there's room for journaling on the back. Again, I'm just mucking them up with ink there, so it makes it a little bit more eerie. So here's the center. So here's my man, or not my man, but here's the man. So like if you I did them both in the vellum, okay? And then when you put his face down, you see that? Is that not the coolest thing? And so I actually made it, if you took the journal out, that you could flip his face up and then see, this is the journaling page. It's included in the kit. I just printed it on vellum. And then I printed his face, which this is from Graphic Fairy, the image of the man. And then I did him on vellum as well. So at first glance, it looks like, oh, just an ordinary man. Not really. Oh, I had so much fun with that. I wanted to do something really cool with the center, and I'm glad I came up with that idea. I love this whole page. It's beautiful with all the great detail on the edges in the center. I'll show you the whole kit in the end, but yeah, love that. So I did just want to mention doing the translucent thread sewing actually made you not see any thread there because it's vellum. I don't know if you'll be able to see it at all, but there we go. So I think that really just helped and enhanced this page being pulled off the way it was, as because the thread was translucent and you couldn't see it. So yeah, I just did want to point that out. On the back side of that, again, just wanted to leave the whole skull image to be shown. So I added some rosette here again, some trim. Now, I think you can tuck something in there. This side seems to stay better than the other one. I don't know why. I did the same thing. But it's there if you need it. Over here, there was this great little journaling card that has like the month and the year and stuff. I love this. So that you could mark a certain date. Added some rhinestones here and some little bitty fabric ribbon there. So you can journal on the back side. This is Tim Holtz washi tape there. And then when you turn the page, here's a journaling card. I just added some of that matching fabric from the first one, the Vixen, and created this little tuck spot. But I put some Wink of Stella on there. It's always hard to show the Wink of Stella or glittery things. You ever notice that? But love this little skeleton lady. She's so awesome. I didn't want to cover her up or lose her. And then over here you have some journaling area as well. When you turn the page, I just added some of the orange glitter ribbon. And then I used some clear embossing powder on this raven as well. So this is what it looks like at first. And then when you emboss it, the colors just come out, and I loved it. I love the idea of that being bright and shiny. You know, with poor dead Poe in the back. On this page, it has a little journaling card tucked in there. I added some rhinestones here at the top. She's super cute. And this is another coffin that was in the kit. And I actually turned it into a paper clip. I didn't have that intention at first, and it's actually a shaker as well. So it's always hard to show that too. So this is a shaker and a paper clip. I used tulle, the spider web tulle from Dollar Tree, sewed around the edges, added my sequins, and then sewed it back up. And then before I did that though, I did the clear embossing on the skeleton key that's inside there as well, just to make it stand out a little bit more. I was very thoughtful on my placement of the cobweb so that the skeleton face would come through. But yeah, so it is a shaker. These do move. And after I did that, I'm like, okay, well, what am I going to do with it? And then I thought, oh, well, I'll make a paper clip out of it. And then I decided to add the other coffin that she had in the kit as a backing so that it would be like one of those hidden paper clips. I really liked how that turned out. And then I just tuck, I got some glitter there, but you just tuck this little lady under there. Oh, and then on the back side, when you turn it, there's a journaling card under that. When I put some ribbon at the top. But this page is also, here, I'm going to take this off so you can see it. There's that page. I just love that poison sign. I think it's cute. So yeah, I didn't think I was going to do that, but I'm really happy that I did. I like the way it turned out. And then she just tucks up, or this just tucks up underneath here. And I did add some Wink of Stella to these little mothy butterflies. Over here I created a pocket, and this was a full page in the kit, but I just cut this part out. I loved it. Love it. Added some ribbon and stuff up here, and actually made it a little pocket on the back side. And there's the one of Edgar's stories of Nevermore on the back with the raven. Well, it's probably the raven, excuse me. And then just tuck that in there. Here is another one of the portraits in the home. Briar Graham, I'm not sure. And behind there is a little tuck spot as well. Put some sequin bats here. Cut out this little skeleton. Added him here with a rosette. Added the name of the kit, which is Hallowed Gothic. And put some Wink of Stella in the eyes, nose, and mouth, just for fun. And that's the end of that. So when you do add it to the journal, you know, you just have to make sure you add it over the man's face. So that's what it looks like once it's in the elastic. But you get the effect. It's just not as cool when it's out of the journal because you can flip it when it's out. Now, when I made the elastics, you know, of course we had those little pieces that are hanging out there. What I did was I used a ribbon clasp and put it over both of the ties. So these things here, I just didn't like them hanging there. I don't know, it was bothering me. So I used a ribbon clasp and some hot glue, closed that up, put some ribbon on the outside of it, and it almost looks like a little book, you know? So that's when I hung the charm from it, and I even used a clasp in case you want to take that off. So that is my journal for today. I hope you like this. If there's any technique that I can share with you, leave me a comment down below. And I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.